Hi, it's Maija here with my winter book haul, and these are all the books that I have acquired in January and February. I have managed not to buy any books in March, at least not yet. So in January I acquired 9 things, and the first 2 are from a gift exchange that I did with a bunch of other BookTubeSff people, and these are from Thomas from SFF 180. The first book that he got me was Arabella of Mars by David D. Levine, which is this sort of a science fiction historical adventure with a colonized Mars and these sort of airships, spaceships. And in this one, Arabella disguises herself as a boy and joins this ship that serves the Mars Trading Company. He also got me Behind the Throne by Gaby Wages, with science fiction book in which an heir to the throne has been running around the galaxy as a gunrunner, but now she needs to return and rule the empire. And I've heard great things about this from Wings and Ink, so I'm excited about this one. Then there was a Comixology sale and I picked up 2 mangas of the same series with some Christmas money. I picked up the 2nd volume of Tokyo Tarareba Girls, as well as the 3rd volume by Akiko Higashimura, and this is about a 30-something carrier woman who wants to get married before the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. I read the 1st volume and it was very funny, so I wanted to continue. Next I got an ebook of The Vampire by John William Polidori. This tells about Lord Ruthven. It's a vampire classic and it's out of copyright, so I got it for free from Project Gutenberg. Then Paul from A Common Touch of Fantasy tweeted that there were a bunch of Tour.com novellas on sale, and I went and scrolled through. They aren't that costly even regularly, but they were even cheaper now, so I picked up 2 with some gift card money that I had. And the first that I picked up was The Murders of Molly Southbourne by Tate Thompson. So this is a horror novella in which every time Molly bleeds, a murderous copy of herself springs up, and she has to either kill that copy or be killed herself. The second one I got was Passing Strange by Ellen Clages, and it tells of a romance between 2 women in 1940s San Francisco, and there are some magical elements as well, but I'm not clear as to what those are. A friend of mine got this book for free and passed it on to me, and that is Tulilintu ja Lumineito, or Firebird and Snow Maiden, and it's an art book of Russian fairy tale art. It is published by the art museum that had this exhibition of Russian fairy tale art that I did go to see, so this is a nice reminder of having gone to that exhibition. Then I have another Tour.com novella which I got for free because I was signed up for their newsletter and I didn't know anything about this. I remember that I had watched a review from Thomas but didn't remember much about it. So this is Killing Gravity and it's a science fiction novella and the series is called the Void Witch Saga, I believe. And it seems to be about psychic super soldier on the run. In February I got 6 things. The first of those was the 6th volume of The Wicked and the Divine by Kieran Gillen and Jane McKelvey. This is Imperial Phase Part 2, and this continues the saga of this pantheon of reincarnated gods messing things up in the modern day. While I was online picking up that comic, I also wanted to pick up a book, so I ended up choosing The Perilous Guard by Elizabeth Mary Pope because I knew that this had Fae in it, and I believe it's a middle grade book. It's set in 1558. While exiled by Queen Mary Tudor to a remote castle known as Perilous Guard, young Kate Sutton becomes involved in a series of mysterious events that lead her to an underground world peopled by fairy folk. Then I picked up 2 comics, again from Humble Bundle. I have this bad habit of picking up Humble Bundles. I've signed up to their newsletter that they post every time that they have a new book bundle up, and often there are some pretty interesting comic or science fiction and fantasy book bundles there. So I picked up the first tier, the $1 tier, because I wanted to read Another Castle, Grimoire. This is by Andrew Wheeler and Paulina Ganucheau, and I wanted to pick this one up and try it out because I really enjoy Paulina Ganucheau's art. So this is a fantasy comic about this princess who is kidnapped by this bad king, and she could escape, but she realizes that the kingdom under this king is suffering and the monsters that live there are not having a good time, so she decides to stay and try to help them. There weren't a lot of other comics in that tier that I wanted to try out, but I ended up getting Slam, which is by Pamela Ribbon and Veronica Fish. This is volume 1, and this is a comic about roller derby. I thought it looked interesting, so I also downloaded that one from the tier, but I didn't get any of the other comics. I don't even remember what they were anymore. I just wanted to try Another Castle. I visited town and went to a bookshop, of course, and wanted to pick something up, so I picked up this small penguin little black classic of The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and this is a classic short story about a woman with depression, and I thought it would be interesting to read something about depression written in the 1800s. And the final thing I picked up in February was The Wonder Engine by T. Kingfisher. This is the second and final book in her Clock Tower War series. I bought this when it came out, even though I hadn't read the first one yet. I'm currently reading it with Rachel from Kalanadi, but I love T. Kingfisher's or Ursula Vernon's writing, so I'm sure this duology will be good. So that was my winter book haul. I'm pretty proud of myself that I haven't bought anything in March, and I hope to keep it that way. Let me know if you have read any of these books. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.